I know you guys have been wondering who I am. Who is this that shows up on my feed? I'm getting DMs daily on who I am. Not. But I decided to do Who Am I video. My name's Kim. My name is Kim. I am 57 years old in all its glory. So I was raised during the 70s where you went outside and your parents weren't outside and you played with all your friends and you communicated. There was no social media. There was no beepers even at that point. No cell phones, no internet. We just had fun. I loved to roller skate. I loved bike riding. That was my thing, and hanging out with my friends until I was told I had to come back inside. Well, once I got into high school, it was more about boys. So I didn't know until this last year that I have ADHD. So I struggled in school. My parents got divorced when I was 10. And although my father was always a part of my life, we weren't close. I only saw him a couple times a year. He loved me to death. He loved my sister to death, but it just wasn't a close relationship. Nothing big to say about that. He just didn't know how to be a dad. Anyway, he died in 2022 from cancer. My mom died from cancer when she was 61. So that was about almost, that was in 2002. So quite a long time ago. She was my best friend. She was my sister's best friend. I don't want to cry. She was everybody's best friend. She was the nicest person you would ever meet. She was sunshine and a human being. And don't they always say most of those people go first? Well, my mom did. Anyway, let me get off that subject. God, look, even after 25 years, I still cry about it. High school was about boys. I met a guy, many guys, but I ended up being in the longest relationship. Well, the longest relationship I have, let's get to that fast forward. When I was 22, I got together with a guy. He ended up becoming a cop while we were together. Extremely nice guy, very nice guy. We had the best time together, laughed together, best time ever. Unfortunately, I didn't feel very connected in other ways. And after about 6 years, I have to be honest, I cheated and I have my kids with a guy that ended up not being the right fit. Anyway, that's another story because he was quite the something. Anyway, he was never a part of my kids' lives, but he is the father of both of my kids. And my kids are now adults. 27, 20, just one turned, just 25. They're the best kids ever. 2 sons. Oh my God. They have saved my life in so many ways. They basically take care of me now. So anyway, back to life. So the 20s were kind of a blur because I had my kids when I was older. I had a great time with the guy I was with for 6 years, but again, we weren't connected in other ways for me personally, and I didn't want to marry someone that I probably would have ended up cheating on again and again. So anyway, that was the wrong thing to do. I reconnected with him actually just about 6 years ago to apologize profusely. We started dating again, and that ended up the same way because you can't make chemistry work. Period. Anyway, that's another story if you want to hear about that long drawn out story. So back to my life, which is, I'm going to simplify it really quite well. I have quite a bit of anxiety. I've had that since I was 10 before they even understood what anxiety was. They thought I had gas. Obviously I didn't. I was 10. Lots of issues with that. That's a whole nother story. I'll make more videos about that and how I deal with that. But yeah, my life is great overall. I've been a sole parent since my kids were born. I'm still waiting for him to come back with the milk, as they say. He's never been a part of their lives. I haven't even talked to him in, a decade since the last court, long time ago. Anyway, I've been a reseller for 8 years. Kind of dwindling down on that. I've been doing TikTok shop. I'm still working on that. I love to do it. I love making videos. I really rather prefer doing that. But to pay the bills, I do reselling. I wouldn't say I don't do it full time. I've never been full time, but I would say I'm somewhat good because I've been able to pay all my bills, and I live in Los Angeles, for forever. I'm somewhat of a hustler. I am a hustler, to make sure my kids are fed and we're fed. All the bills are paid, rent's paid, been paid for years. Now, I would say that first 10 years of their life was quite a struggle. I was on the struggle bus. Because I got like $100 here and there for child support. So I was on my own to do that. And it's okay. It taught me lots of lessons. And I'm supposed to be actually flat ironing my hair while I'm doing this video so I can put some curlers in it, or make it into some sort of style. I was actually just doing a video right before this on how gray I am now. I'm so gray. I dyed my hair about 2 months ago, and it almost kind of just like washed out. It's like it doesn't want to stay. It like wants me to have gray hair. I do mind the gray hair. I was going to say I don't, but I do. So I'm going to re-dye it this week, but I haven't. So you get gray today, not that you care. So anyway, I have 2 beautiful kids. I resell. I do TikTok shop now. What do? I love to go to jazz and listen to music with my girlfriends. Oh my God, that's so much fun. I love to eat, but I've been on a health journey. I went on a GLP-1 about a year ago. There's a video on my page about it. I lost about 30 pounds. I've been off of it for over a month because I wasn't going to the bathroom, like at all. Wasn't going at all in the back. So no matter what I took, it just wasn't. It was rarely happening. So, and I was nauseous every week. And there's a video, so I won't go into it tensely. But I am happy with the weight I lost. So now I'm trying to figure out other ways to keep the weight off and actually lose more. So I've incorporated some exercise. I don't buy bread, except those carb-free tortillas or whatever, which I try not to eat. I eliminated mayonnaise from my house, which was my big trigger, believe it or not, mayonnaise, God forbid, and cupcakes. So I still eat those things, but rarely. I don't buy them for the house. So anyway, I'm trying to find ways, because I've also heard that I'm very chatty and I'm all over the place, hence the ADHD. I heard that even when you lose weight, even if you start eating less, at least was what science or Oprah says, that your body will figure out a way that, oh, she's eating less, I'm still going to have her gain weight. So that probably will happen. So I'm going to try to figure out a way, or I'll probably be getting back on some sort of GLP-1, because I don't want to go back up to big girl. I'm still a big girl, but I don't want to go back to even bigger girl, because I was uncomfortable in my clothes. I was out of breath. Everything was tight. I didn't enjoy it. So back to my life. So I've been on a GLP-1 for the last year. As I just said, lost 30 pounds. Let's see, what else have I done? I love to organize. Love organizing. I can organize all day. Actually, that's probably what my channel should have been about, but I'm always disorganized. Even though I love to organize and I'm constantly, as my sister said, I purge everything. I live in a small apartment with my 2 adult kids, and no, I don't mind them living with me at all. Actually, I love it. But when they're ready to go, they can go. But rent's so effing high everywhere that who could afford it unless you make a bucket load of money? So when they're ready and it's their time and they feel like it, they can go. Going back to, have I been in a relationship? Yeah, I was in a relationship. I'm going to do another video about that. I don't regret it. I know there's that word, limerence. Should you regret it that you were with somebody for so long? It was 18 years, and we still talk. And no, I don't regret it, because he did so much for me and my kids when they were little. And he's 13 years younger. I already had kids when I met him. Another whole story I'm going to do a video on. But I know I should regret it, about your self-esteem and all that. I don't regret it. I have so many great memories with him. So many great memories with him. And I don't know if I was ever meant to be married. Another topic. I don't know. But anyway, I was with him seeing him for the last 18 years. I did date for about a couple years the guy I was with that I cheated on, that I talked about at the beginning of the video. Anyway, long story short, I'm still all over the place. I'm still trying to figure myself out, like we all are, what I want. One thing I have done in my life that I don't regret as well is my kids. They are the best thing that I've ever done. And I know kids aren't for everybody, and I understand. And it is tough for those I hear on the internet that are like, I don't want to have kids because it's tough. And, you know, I can do whatever I want without worrying about kids. I totally understand that. But now I can do whatever I want. But yeah, it is hard. I'm not going to lie. It was tough as fuck for the first few years. It was so tough. And I was broke. Maybe I wouldn't say that if I hadn't been broke. Like I always say, if I could go back in time when I was still hot and cute, girls, I would have picked better. Somebody that even if they left me, that I wasn't left with no money. But that's okay. It worked out the way it is. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm living my life, trying to figure things out. I love to travel. I went to Japan, Mexico, London, Philadelphia, just in the last 2 or 3 years. I went a lot of places, guys. I went a lot of places. I did a couple videos, brief videos on it. Loved to travel, loved London, loved Japan, Tokyo, in certain ways. I'd like to go back and try, I guess, Osaka, because it's more me, like, I guess, suburban. I didn't like New York. I don't like all the people. I live already somewhere there's 3 zillion people. But anyway, I like calm. I did touch on organizing, and then I went off topic. I'm not on a topic. This is me. This is me in a nutshell. I'm all over the world, all over topics. I'm Chatty Cathy. I love to resell, but I don't love to resell because I love thrifting. I love the thrifting part. I don't like all the other parts about it. It's a lot of work, guys. So for people who think, oh, I'm just going to grab some clothes, sell them, I'm good to go. No, there's a lot involved in it. It's not easy. Not easy at all. Especially if you want to make as much as I do part-time. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. But again, my name is Kim. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos and discussing and probably going deeper into those little topics I talked about. Because one thing for sure is, if nobody watches this video, I'm okay, because it's a memory, or it's like my diary for my kids or my family. So when I'm gone, they can kind of look back at this and go, oh, she did this, or this is what happened, or oh, that was sad, or that was happy. And also too, my mom, when she passed at 61, which I'm getting close to, my God, I don't have very many. I have pictures, but not many videos or anything. And boy, there are some days I would love to know about a lot of things that I didn't ask when I was younger, because you think your parent's going to be around forever. And by the time I thought of all those things that, oh, how would she like this? Or what did she do about this? She was already gone. So expect a lot more on my face, and hopefully a better hairdo. I just washed it this morning and I dried it really quick. So yeah, I'll be back in a second, because I want to do a video on these rollers I got. Let's see if those are good. Anyway, any questions, thoughts, leave them down below. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.